Hi, this is just a short presentation on measurement of water activity and percent moisture on VCO products from the Philippines. I'm Erwin Enriquez from Ateneo de Manila University. So in this short presentation, we would like to note the difference between moisture and water activity, what the mean values of water activity for VCO, and also how we can measure it using the kit that we developed. I will define water activity a little later, but it is important to note now that water activity plays a major role in establishing the stability of foodstuffs, and this of course includes virgin coconut oil, because we know virgin coconut oil can undergo physical and chemical changes which can impact the quality of the product. One such property is the off-smelling odor and rancid taste over time if it's not stored when it is stable. So water activity is an important parameter that establishes stability of the product. There are many ways to mitigate degradation of foodstuffs, and one of the best ways is actually to keep the water activity intact. Water activity is a number from 0 to 1, and the most important value to note is 0.6, because above zero point 0.6 water activity, most microbes will grow. This is just a simple slide trying to illustrate the difference between water activity and percent moisture. Basically, what is generally generated is a so-called moisture-sorption isotherm, which is the curve plotting the percent moisture versus water activity. Notice that it's not a linear correlation. So you cannot predict water activity directly from percent moisture because the curve is not a straight line. And so it's important that we have a critical region where, as shown here, above water activity of zero point 0.6, the microbial growth will ensure. And so it's very important to monitor water activity so that we know that the food is already stable. And again, you cannot directly assess it from percent moisture alone. Water, the free water, are the ones that are not strongly bound to the food component, and this is what is measured by the parameter water activity. There is actually not a lot of report when we started the project on the water activity of oil or even coconut oil. So we had surveyed different brands that are commercially available, and what you see here is a plot showing water activity. The stable value is at zero point 0.6, and most products are stable, and there's just a few that aren't above zero point 0.6. And actually, we noticed that there's also a slight dependence on the method of manufacturing the VCO, whether it's centrifugation, expeller, or fermentation type process. And the overall average is good, 0.51. And as again, there are some outliers that go above that value. Unfortunately, water activity is not usually measured because there's no availability of water activity meters, or they can be very expensive. So we have developed in our project an affordable water activity meter shown here, and this is a good test as a way to predict stability. So it's a surrogate test for propensity for microbial growth, and the cost is around less than 5,000, around that value, and we have calibrated it within a good uncertainty range of 0.06. And our early feedback from users said that this is good enough for their applications. Of course, the kit is calibrated against water activity standards, and this is used to give very good prediction for the water activity of VCO. As a quick summary, so we have measured the water activity and percent moisture of many VCO products and established that they are within acceptable limits. But it's also important to note that there are differences between different methods of production. And it's important also that we monitor water activity because this is the one that will establish shelf life stability of the product. So we would like to thank the PCIEERD UST and the VCO Producers Association and the Philippine Coconut Authority for their assistance in this project, and of course our partners at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. So we hope that as soon as we can commercialize the kit, that water activity will be measured, that will be monitored in the industry. Thank you.